Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, which means it's time to update your number corner calendar. So let's go ahead and do that. You're going to need that document, your May number corner calendar. Looks something like this. You might have a digital version like I have. You might also have a paper version where you're writing it. It doesn't matter what version you have as long as you're updating it daily. Don't wait till the end of the month. Having to update all of these in one shot is going to be very difficult, very time consuming, and genuinely unpleasant. So, update them when we update them, just a few at a time. Let's look at last Friday, May 15th. Wow, it's already May 15th. All right, so before we left for the long weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we looked at May 15th. This is the full breadth of our entire May calendar. You can see patterns here. You can see color patterns. You can see shape patterns. You might even see some number patterns. Let's zoom in and look at Friday, May 15th. All right, Friday, May 15th. The first thing that we have is an irregular polygon. How are we going to calculate the area of this irregular polygon? There's a few different ways we could. Let's look at them. We could partition it in the same way that we've partitioned it previously into one small square that is a 2 by 2, another small square that's a 2 by 2, and a larger square that's 4 by 4, but there's other ways to do it. We could partition it into one larger 2 by 6 rectangle, a smaller 2 by 2 square, and then another 2 by 4 rectangle, 2 rectangles and a square. We could also partition it into several smaller squares. We have one square that's 2 by 2, 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares, 5 squares, 6 squares that are 2 by 2. If we did this, we would multiply 2 times 2 and then have to do that 6 times. So what is 2 times 2? Well, it's 4. Then we do 4 times 6 to calculate the total area for 24. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Even though there's so many different ways to do it, I'm going to be consistent and I'm going to do the same way that I've done it every other time. Consistency is important. I got one square that is 2 by 2, another square that is 2 by 2, and then one square that is 4 by 4. One square that is 2 by 2, one square that is 2 by 2, and one square that is 4 by 4. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, 4 times 4 is 16, 16 plus 8 is our total of 24. Now how about the shaded area? Now the shaded area on this can be split up in a lot of different ways. We are going to partition it into smaller portions to look at right now. All right, now for just the shaded portion, I'm going to split this up into 2 equal rectangles. One rectangle that is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other one which is also 2 by 4. So I've got 2 rectangles, both of them at 2 by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. We know that 8 plus 8 is 16. We should have 16 squares here. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We've got 16 squares. All right, so we've got 2 squares, one that is 4 by 2, another square that is... We've got 2 rectangles, one rectangle that is a 4 by 2, another rectangle that is also a 4 by 2. 4 by 2 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. The total area of the shaded portion is 16 square units. You could have written this equation in a lot of different ways. That's the way that we're going to go, and consistency is important. Hey, what color? It was purple. Let's look at the fractions and factors. This is my favorite part of the May calendar. Factors. So we've got a fraction of 16 out of 24. That is how many are shaded. There's a total of 24. There's 16 that are colored. What we're going to look at right now is how to simplify this fraction. You simplify a fraction by dividing it. So what is a common factor for 16 and 24? What number does both 16 and 24 divide evenly into? What number can you multiply to get to both 16 and 24? Well, we can go with easy numbers. They're even. We can just divide both these by 2. But that's not going to simplify this enough. That would take us a few steps. What we're going to look at is the factors that these two have in common. What are the factors of 16? 1, 2, because it's an even number, 4, because 4 times 4 makes 16, 8, and 16. Now, if you look at the factors that I've listed here, there's this neat trick. It's called a factor rainbow. If you connected with a line 1 to the 16, because 1 times 16 makes 16, the 2 with a line to the 8, because 2 times 8 makes 16, and then the 4 to nobody, because 4 times 4 makes 16, that is the number squared, you would have what looked like a rainbow. Factor rainbows. Let's make a list of factors for 24. What are the factors for 24? Well, 1 times 24 is 24. 2, because 24 is an even number, 2 times 12 makes 24. 3, because 3 times 8 makes 24. 4, because 4 times 6 makes 24. So, we have all the factors for the number 24. What is the greatest common factor for 16 and 24? Why, it's 8. So 16 divided by 8 is 2. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 16 24ths is equivalent to 2/3. Now let's look at the 16th of May. The 16th of May is orange. It was a Saturday. It's a 2 by 6 rectangular shape. All right, when looking at the 16th, the total shape of the irregular polygon is still 3 small squares, a 2 by 2 square, a 2 by 2 square, a 4 by 4 square, which is a total of 24 square units. The orange portion was a rectangular shape. It was 2 by 6, which is 12 units. It was orange, and if you look up above, at the last time that our color was orange, our numbers were the same. It was 2 by 6, 2 by 6. Same fractions because it was still 24 parts. Differences would have been that on this side we had a different irregular shaped polygon, and here our entire shape was just one big shape. So the 16th, everything is the same, even when you change the shape of the whole irregular polygon. Let's look at the 17th. All right, the 17th is an entirely new irregular polygon. We're gonna have to partition this one into the smaller portions. Pretty easy to do this one though, because you can just cut it right in half. Right in half. Then we have a 3 by 4 and a 3 by 4. Those are two shapes put together. It's gonna give you your total for the irregular polygon that we're gonna start looking at on the 17th. That was Sunday. That was yesterday. All right, for the 17th, we have our total shape, which is a 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4, 2 small rectangles. Add those together, you get a total of 24 square units, which is consistent for the rest of the month. Now, when we listed it, I listed these equations in two different ways. They're the same equation, though. Here we have 3 by 4 and 3 by 4 added together. On this one, though, I have 3 by 4 with the number 2 on the outside of the parentheses. When doing algebra, because this is algebra, you have the number 2 on the outside of parentheses or any number on the outside of the parentheses with no operation in front, automatically notes multiplication. So what I'm doing here is 3 by 4 times 2. I'm going to multiply 3 by 4, which is 12. Then I'm going to multiply that 12 times 2. 12 times 2 is 24. Instead of having to write the equation out a whole nother time, I can just write the number 2 right there to note that I'm going to do it 2 times. That shape, the whole darn thing was purple, and because the whole thing was shaded, the equivalent fraction is 1. Anytime that you have the numerator and the denominator is the same number, it's equivalent to 1, because the whole thing is there. How many shapes do I have? I have 1. It's purple. Let's look at today, May 18th. Today on May 18th, we have that same irregular shaped polygon, except we have a 1 by 4 shaded portion. All right, we have the one shape that is still the same irregular polygon. It's a 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4. That's 3 times 4 times 2, which is 24 square units. It was super easy. It was one row with 4 blocks. It was a 1 by 4 array. It was green. Let's do some factors and simplify. To simplify 4 over 24, first we're going to need some common factors. What are the common factors that 24 and 4 have together? Well, let's list the factors. Factors of 4 are 1. Everything is a factor of 1. 2, because it's an even number. And 4, and that's it. Because 1 times 4 makes 4, and 2 times 2 makes 4. Nothing else can you multiply to get to 4 unless you're doing some kind of crazy fractions or decimals, which is not what we're doing. Let's look at the factors for the number 24. Factors of 24 are 1, because 2 times 12 makes 24. 3 times 8, 3 and 8 are factors of 24, because you multiply them together, you get 24. And 4 and 6, because you multiply 4 times 6, you get 24. Factors of 4 and 24. What's the highest common factor? Take a moment, look at it, it's staring at you at the face. It's the number 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Because 4 times 6 makes 24. Hey, that's a unit fraction, everybody. What is 4 24ths equivalent to? Well, it's equivalent to 1/6. Let's do that thing that we do every week. Let's look at the rest of the week so that you can make your observations and be ready when we correct this again on Friday. On the 19th of May, your shape is an irregular polygon. Hey, last time only 1 was shaded. Now everything but 1 was shaded. I bet we can use a subtraction sentence for that one. On the 20th, Did you know there's no school on the 20th? Yeah. On Wednesday, this is Wednesday, right? Yeah, it sure is. On Wednesday, May 20th, there's no school. But you should still be able to update this calendar day. Thursday, the 21st. Hey, that shape and that shape are the same shape. One's green, one's white. It's a pattern. On Friday, did you know that that's the day to come to Fishing Cove and collect all of your personal items that were left behind? If you don't know that, your parents might not know that either. Go ask them to read their email. I sent them an email all about that. I hope to see everybody on Friday to collect their stuff. Speaking of Friday, on Friday, we're going to update our calendar with these dates, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd. Right onto this document. You folks have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you next time.